Setting up. Hey, recording. Greetings, everyone. Today, we start our coding project, which is an expectation of every APCSA class that you do what they call a major coding project. So our major coding project is going to be about you. This whole class is about you. Now, this project is about you. And what you're going to do is you're going to actually make a website using Google Sites, which is really easy. It's click, drag, drop. That part won't be stressful for you. And you're just going to make a really brief web page. But the important part is going to be a link on that web page to a Replit that is all about you. That Replit is going to be written in Java, and I'm going to give you the starter code, and I'll explain how to get started in just a second. And you are going to have it that you are going to allow the user to ask a question about you. So when was Mr. Rody born? And you'd hit the one, and you would then type your answer, and you'd have an answer come up. And then like 2 is how did I get my name? But you'll notice some stuff is missing here. Well, you have some things to fix and finish and complete, but your job is to make this really cool Got Questions project. We do this project every year. We usually don't use it as our APCSA project. We use it as our first semester project. But what's really cool about this project is many students use this project on their senior exit portfolio. Everyone has to make what's called a senior exit portfolio. A senior exit portfolio is something you present when you're about to graduate. You show this to, usually it's 2 people who look over 10 artifacts that you create in high school. This is a great artifact to present to the group because it tells stuff about you, and it shows off that you're a pretty sophisticated programmer who can make both a web page, they don't realize how easy it is, and write Java. Okay, now that's tough. So this is a really cool project for a number of reasons. I give you some structure and guidance though. If any of you have take a trip down memory lane and you remember when you took classes like Intro to Programming or APCSP had some of these, and I'm not sure if APCSP had any of these last year. They did this year because of the online thing, but definitely app design. I had a bunch of like project specifications or guides that helped you through different projects. Well, you've got one in Google Classroom already for this project. So this project has step-by-step directions that will guide you through the process of creating this project. And you just follow basically the table of contents. You just follow down and do the different steps, including looking at some cool samples from the past. And I'd love to add more of yours. And you just, I wonder if these samples work since these students left school. That will be interesting. Yeah, I think all these people are graduated now. But anyway, sometimes they deactivate their accounts, and I'm not sure if the web pages will work out. I forgot to check that. You start at the beginning with downloading a project template, and then it's going to guide you through step by step, and I updated it for the new version of Replit, how to make your program. And you just follow the directions. You write the code, you create your own projects, and then you create your own web page. I do give you really specific step-by-step guidance through the web page, just because this isn't a web development class and you might not know how to make a web page. Then you're going to what's called embed. For those of you who took Intro to Programming 2, we embedded YouTube videos onto a website. That process is similar on a Replit. Although embedding doesn't work, adding a link does work. And I don't know why embedding doesn't work. I was Googling it this weekend and they have problems. So hopefully they'll get those fixed eventually. But for this year, 2020, we're going with the flow and just embedding a link. This project also gives you not 1 grade, not 2 grades, but 3 grades. A grade in each standard for this class is going to be due to this project. So you're going to be writing code, you're going to be communicating about code, presenting it on the day we get back, which will be cool for the sub too, because the sub will get to know you a little bit. It's kind of a nice way to start back from our break. We'll start, rather than starting with a big Java lesson on classes, which will be the second day back, but the first day back, we'll just start with, okay, show off your work that you finished over break if you didn't get it done before then. And there are some opportunities to get proficient and advanced grades depending on how much time and effort and energy you put into your Got Questions project. The way you're going to demonstrate or provide evidence of your learning and how you did on this project is completing one of those classic Mr. Rohde slide decks. If you've been in other classes with me, we don't do this in the Java class much, but in this class, we are going to use a slide deck like this, and you're going to get a copy of the template, and you're going to replace your stuff, my stuff, with your stuff. So like I gave my stats, you give your stats. I gave my sample runs, you give your sample runs. Then I provide guidance in the textbook, but or in the project specifications, but not tons. If you get these advanced things done, you can show those off, and if you don't, you can just delete those. So the ones you use, oops, I need one more. I forgot my favorite. Other creative feature. Every year, people come up with new things that make this project cooler and cooler. And like I said, usually this isn't the only project we do, but this year, because of time, this will be our only large coding project that we have time to fit in. So again, a really cool project where you're going to make a website, you're going to code in Java, and then you're going to show off a slide deck. It's got all kinds of things involved in it. I'm also going to give you work time to work on it. So the rest of today's class, it looks like this presentation will take about 20 minutes. The rest of the class today will be yours. Asynchronous Wednesday tomorrow, I'm going to do a brief introduction and show you some sample problems that I encourage you to work on, and then give you work time to work on this. And then Thursday and Friday will be the same thing, where I'm just going over some of the sample problems and then giving you work time. So over the next couple of days, you should have 40, 45 minutes each day to work on this project in class. And then I'm hoping you spend at least that equivalent amount of time outside of class to get this big project done. That is the nature of the project. I want to end by showing you where you find all this material. So inside of Google Classroom for this class, under the Classwork tab, you have the Got Questions, Java Has Answers category. And here's that slide deck. But more importantly, here's that document that has all the answers that guides you through the process step by step by step. In case you were wondering, it is a 25-page document that outlines how to complete this project and gives you tips. So a lot of tips are contained therein.